Let's talk about love bombing. If someone is coming on really, really strong with affection, constant stream of texts, dramatically complimenting you, over-the-top gestures really early in a relationship, that is a sign to just slow your roll a little. This may be genuine, but it also may be a manipulation. Love bombing isn't actual love. It is a tactic, whether conscious or unconscious. It's a psychological strategy used by someone to make you feel instantly adored and even addicted. And then they can gain power over you. It's sneaky because at first it feels amazing. You get just a huge dopamine hit from all the attention. You feel a little high because of the affection. You feel very special, wanted, chosen, even swept off your feet. But underneath that whirlwind, intensity is typically a goal, emotional dependency. Once they've hooked you with that rush, then the leash starts to tighten. Suddenly they want all of your time. They question your friends. They love how deeply connected you two feel after 2 weeks. They might start planting seeds like, I don't just feel like your friends really support you. Things like that just start to create a wedge and some distance between you and everyone else in your life. And that is not passion, that is not love, that is control. And, the love bomber activates your attachment system and with floods of affection, and then starts to isolate you from others, your friends, your family, and even your own eyes and ears sometimes, even your own instincts. It's common in narcissistic abuse cycles. It works by overwhelming your defenses. You're just not thinking clearly when you're being flooded with I love yous, you're incredible, gifts, sexual energy. Your critical thinking just is overwhelmed, ends up taking a back seat to that chemical high feeling, and you're just not seeing clearly. So watch for pace, rapid pace. We're talking about commitment or moving in, I love you, soulmates within a week or two, right? Or a few dates. Excessive praise, just constant compliments that almost feel too good to be true. Pushing back on your boundaries. So if you try to slow things down a little and they act really hurt or offended, that is a red flag. And isolation. So if they start planting doubts about your support system, making you feel guilty when you go see your friends because you're not with them, that is the biggest red flag of all. So if you're like, hey, this feels a little fast, I just want to slow things down so we take our time, and they don't want to respect that, they don't like it, or they end up offended or hurt where you start apologizing to them, red flag, that's not love. That's manipulation and control, and it will get worse. That kind of coercive control often starts with that loving behavior. And that's what makes it really confusing when it changes later, because you often then go back, you're like, it used to be good, like what happened? Did I do something? And then they make you feel like you're the reason things changed. You're the reason it's not like it used to be. You're the reason they're now jealous. You're the reason they're now upset, right? So that's what makes it so dangerous, is it's very insidious. So what do you do if you think you're being love bombed? First is to just take a pause and take some breaths, take a day or two away to really get your mind straight, or a week or two away. Whatever you need to do. Connect with those friends. Connect with those friends. They love you. The people who know you, they're not caught up in the high. Ask them how they see it. Real love doesn't need to rush. Real love builds slowly and builds over time, brick by brick. So if you feel like you're being overwhelmed with emotion, and if you try to slow it down at all, they're upset, then that is a trap. That's the trap. So have you ever been love bombed? What tipped you off? Were you able to get out of it? What made you see that you were finally, what made you finally have that light bulb moment? And what did it take to leave that relationship? Let me know in the comments.